we all have people in our life that are really indifferent to us. Have you ever found yourself pouring into a relationship that didn't pour back into you? Have you ever found yourself in a situation where, hey, what's up, Tala? Sorry if I butchered your name, but have you ever find yourself in a situation where you're pouring into a person that doesn't pour into you, or you're working all these overtime hours for a job, and that job would basically fire you within a split second? That is the difference between choosing and being chosen. So, like, if you're choosing, that's the kind of situation that you're putting yourself into. But if you're chosen, you're setting those boundaries at work. You're setting those boundaries with those people just so you're knowing like, hey, I have everything that I need within me to make sure I'm able to go anywhere where I want to in life. So here's like here's just a couple examples. And list some in the chat if you feel like some of these examples kind of relate to you. But I think like kind of what I really wanted to title this video was choose people who choose you. And this always doesn't even have to be like a romantic relationship, y'all. Like this could be a coworker, this could be a best friend, this could be sadly a lot of us. We have struggling relationships with our family members. But guess what? We have to make sure that we are choosing people who are choosing us. If not, it's just kind of like taking your energy or your efforts and throwing it down the drain. A lot of us are pouring into people that would not pour into us if our life depended on it. If we're hanging off of a cliff with our pinky thumb, trying to hang on like they did in the movies, they would step on our thumb and watch us fall till our death. And that's a big thing in our society. You got to think too, like, let's be honest, when we are choosing people and we're pouring into people that aren't pouring into us, the more we pour into them, and the less they pour into us, the more unworthy it makes us feel. Like it makes our self confidence really go a lot lower. Like, have you ever like really thought of that? Have you ever had like a season in your life where you're just in a bad relationship and you're giving this person your all and you feel like they could care less and it's basically like never enough? Have you ever walked away from that situation feeling more whole? Have you ever walked away from that situation feeling like, hey, I deserve better? Usually that is when your self confidence is starting to take a hit. Your self worth is starting to take a hit. Another example of choosing that's not an actual relationship is, let's be real, guys. A lot of us are working at organizations that we let them have our way with us. And I understand we all have bills to pay, even including myself. We all have bills to pay. Some of us probably have kids, we have family members, we have dreams, we have aspirations. So I get it. We all got to make the money. But let's be real, y'all. How many of us are letting our employers or our jobs get away with things that if we had FU money, we would never let them get away with? Like, be real with yourself. How many times have you been taught disrespectful by a leader or a supervisor because they know that you need your job? And have y'all ever noticed too? It's like when you let a organization know that you need that job, they just get like worse and worse and worse with the disrespectful comments, or having you do more work without the incentive. And I just learned that very young in my career, like you can never let these organizations know that you need them, because right when they know that you need them, they're going to get out of control. They're going to do whatever they want. They're going to work you as hard as they want to. And this ain't all organizations. There are those organizations that are really good, but this is a way of us saying, hey, pick me energy, or like that. You're not grounded, and you're not solidified in what your purpose is or what your path is. So we have to be mindful, like when your job's like, hey, throwing a last minute project on you. Or if not, hey, you're not going to get a raise for the next 2, 3 years. And I know the economy's bad, so I know we're all probably experiencing that, but this is where, you know what I'm saying? Where people are just being choosers and then being chosen. Another thing is that I've seen just with chosen is a lot of us, we're passively desperate. And so like a lot of people can be desperate, but when I say passively desperate, door, you always got that person that's looking at the door. Like, so passively aggressive is like pick me energy. Passively aggressive is like when you're non-verbally seeking attention, or you want people to notice, or you want acknowledgement, or you're trying to be seen. And that's a real big thing that a lot of people who are grounded, and even if you're not grounded, we pick up on that energy. You don't want to be that individual who is hey, choose me. When you walk in the areas, you want people to know, like, hey, this person's grounded. They're focused inward, not outward. So that's the difference between being a chooser and being chosen. Chosen people are focused inward. They are still aware of the outward, but they're focused inward. Then you have other people who are the pick me and choose me. They're always focused outward. Their lens is always worried about what's going on around them or how much acknowledgement they're getting or, what their status is in everybody else's eyes or how people look at them. And really, that's just a nightmare for low self worth. And 90% of us are doing the choosing rather than being chosen. And we have to understand when we're pursuing things or people who are very indifferent to us or just lack giving that effort back, we're doing this due to a low self. Really, like usually when we're pouring into things that aren't pouring into us, it's really some trauma that we have to heal, regardless if it's from abandonment or regardless if it's like sexual abuse or just some childhood trauma. But that's what makes us feel like we need to keep pouring into things that don't reciprocate to us or things that basically aren't going to make us fulfilled, and we feel like it's okay for those people to basically be indifferent towards us, with overall it's just going to keep our self-esteem low. Like, we have to learn that we're wholesome and we have everything that we need within inside us. You're a complete being by yourself. You don't need anybody else. You don't need no assets, no materialistic things. All you need is yourself. So, being chosen. Yeah, being chosen. Yeah, that's a big one. So like being chosen. I just want to kind of go through a couple of things with that, and like being chosen is the abundance mindset. It's sorry, I got my notes so I can stay on track. But being chosen is the abundance mindset, guys. It's the chosen is a focus inward and trusting that everything is working towards your good. That's when you know you're in the chosen lens rather than the choosing lens. When you're in the chosen lens, you know everything's working out for you, good or bad. Everything's working to catapult you as a catalyst to where you're trying to get in life. So you never feel helpless. You may feel down. You might have moments of depression. You might have very, difficult times, but regardless if it's good or bad, all of this is part of your story. It's just the chapter that you're in, and that this is all happening for a reason. Because anything that happens in our lives, it's always happening for us. So that's a big thing about being chosen. And we have to understand it's being able to walk and just have faith that things